It must be Thursday. I could never get in the hang of Thursdays. Welcome everybody, to the first official episode of This Is Not What I Meant, a podcast presented by your host, if you can call me a host, Anandi Padyal. And I'm gonna tell you stuff. Let's do this. We all make list of things that we need to do. I mean, in our head, or literally a to-do list or a bucket list, where you write, I have to visit this place, eat that delicacy, read that book or watch that TV series. In my case, The Hitchhiker's Guide to Galaxy is not only the book that you add to that list, but you pick it up and read it many times over. I'm not just saying this because it is well written and has been the inspiration behind a lot of what you see today. You know the SpaceX CEO Elon Musk? Yeah, that guy stated that The Hitchhiker's Guide is one of his favorite works and that the attitude Adams presented through The Hitchhiker's Guide had influenced the vision behind SpaceX and Tesla Motors. No, you should not read because, that guy likes it. But you should read these books because of the perspective they will give you. While many of us millennials have this nihilistic view of the world, the book really underlines the fact that nothing really matters and the universe is so big that whatever is stressing you out, it's all meaningless and insignificant. And at the same time, tells you that someone is worse off than you are. Lot of people seem to think that the point of life is finding meaning. But in reality, the universe doesn't seem to care. Well, that sounds kind of sad, and it is. It's also bloody hilarious. Douglas Adams' masterpiece, The Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy, is a show that spans all genres of media, with Adams writing a slightly different version every time. Whether it's the radio series or the books, let me just, list out exactly what that means. So, it started out as a radio show in 1978. It was written into a novel in 1979. Then it was made into a TV series for the BBC, retaining the original radio cast. Two more books followed the first one. Then it was also made into a theater production, 3 stage productions. 5 more parts of the radio show were made. Adams also wrote a video game and a screenplay which got made into a movie a couple of years after his death. And yes, it is also a comic book series. Adams wrote it all and died on his 49th birthday in 2001. So what is the story of The Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy? One way to go about me telling you guys what the story is without giving you any spoilers is to do something what my 11th grade English teacher used to make me write in my notebook. The justification of the title. What is a hitchhiker? A person who is stranded and has no means of transport, gets a lift from someone, or hitches a ride is called a hitchhiker. A Hitchhiker's Guide to Europe was the book Douglas Adams had when he was in a similar situation. Poor, helpless, stranded in Austria. He was drunk one night, has nothing to eat, and, he lay into a field of grass. And without a roof over his head, he stared at the night sky and the stars and thought, someone ought to write The Hitchhiker's Guide for the Galaxy because it would be far more attractive than his position at the moment. This was in 1971. He forgot about it for 7 years, and in 78, he did it. He wrote a story about Arthur Dent, a boring, ordinary British man who finds out that his longtime friend Ford Prefect is in fact an alien. Ford tells Arthur that the Earth is going to be demolished in a few minutes. The Earth gets demolished. They both escape, and what follows from there is an adventure through space and time, coming across all sorts of aliens and planets. Guys, when I started reading this book, I had some idea what the story is, and because I had seen the movie starring Martin Freeman and Alan Rickman, but I did not see the matter of fact humor coming my way. I'm going to share some excerpts from the book so you get what I'm saying about the matter of fact humor. And I'm going to do my best impression of Peter Jones, so don't laugh. Or you can laugh, I mean, I'm not going to hear it, so. Far out in the uncharted backwaters of the unfashionable end of the western spiral arm of the galaxy lies a small, unregarded yellow sun. Orbiting this at a distance of roughly 92 million miles is an utterly insignificant little blue-green planet whose ape-descended life forms are so amazingly primitive that they still think digital watches are a pretty neat idea. And the second quote, I mean, I gotta share this because in today's context, you'll know who I'm talking about when I say this. It is a well known fact that those people who most want to rule people are ipso facto those least suited to do it. To summarize the summary, anyone who is capable of getting themselves made president should on no account be allowed to do the job. There's this comfort readers have while reading that a book will have no loopholes, it will have consistency, a well rounded plot, and if not all that, at least an ending that is final or a cliffhanger so that you can continue it in the series. The Hitchhiker's Guide has none of those things. None of those things. Yes, even the ending is like as if someone paused a video to get snacks. It just ends. I mean, you can't even predict how the sentence you're reading is going to end. Whatever you expect about how how the story would go, it keeps on surprising you with absurdity and humor. This book has taken bureaucracy at a universal level, quite literally. The heights that this book will go to tell you that it does not care about you at all is when three paragraphs are, written and you're reading, vested in it, what is going to happen, only for the book to actually say these words to you. Well, that was all useless. The journey that you take while reading this book, the personal journey you will take, will be worth it. It will be worth your time and worth all the time that you will spend thinking about it, whether you like it or not. There is one shortcoming of the book, which I have to tell you, as it is the reason why people either love this or don't care for it. It is that you really need to pay attention because, as I said, you don't know where the hell this book is going. You don't even know how the sentence is going to end. And you have to pay attention to detail because if you phase out or lose concentration, after a few sentences, you would go, what just happened? Why are they here? Who is that guy? Because Douglas Adams really played with words in this book. He showed that English can be written this way, and he broke all the rules of how words are supposed to be used, how nouns are supposed to be used. It is grammatically correct, mind you, but it's absurd. It's pretty absurd. I mean, I love it, but you need to be invested, even though the book is telling you to piss off. Because as I said, it will be worth it. The wit of Adams is legendary for a reason. Even though he wrote this book in third person, he used the book inside the story. The Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy is an actual book inside the book because Ford Prefect is actually a field researcher who is researching for the latest edition of the book. So yeah, the Hitchhiker's Guide is telling you the story of the universe and how it came out to be, and it's really great. And even in third person, Adams is the narrator, and he's sliding his opinions between the lines. He's not just retelling their adventures to us. No. He's telling you what the book, actually thinks about the world in general, and that it doesn't care for it. And even though the book contains aliens and made up planets with weird names, I did say that it took bureaucracy to a universal level Because everybody has the same problems, man. Everybody has the same problems. And even though your problems are not at a universal level, which you might think they are, but they're not. No, they're not. You will relate to a guy who's an alien named Slarty Bart Fast. Yes, I said that right. I said that right. Yes. Who designs planets? He designs planets. The guy designs planets. He tells Arthur that he likes to make fjords like that in Norway on Earth, which was his favorite work, because they had nice edges. We as readers go, dude, you make planets and you like designing fjords, as in the Disney movie Brave. What this actually is a symbolism, which this book is wrapped up in. You may be a world class scientist or a CEO of a big company, but you will love to tend to your plants because they bring a sense of joy in simple things in your life, and that is what making fjords is to slot about fast. So, even though in this book the earth gets destroyed, and that is not a spoiler, I mean, that's a premise of the book. You can do a Wikipedia search about it. The relatability quotient of this book is pretty high. It really doesn't matter if you have never read fiction in your entire life and just like to read autobiographies and popular nonfiction, or in fact, you have never read any novel ever, which you should. I mean, books are great. The Hitchhiker's Guide is for everyone. You will contemplate life, death, politics, truth, science, religion, war, meaning, literally everything there is to contemplate while reading them. And it will make you a better person all the same. You will come back to this book when you feel overwhelmed because after reading it, you will accept life with all its mysteries and uselessness and make peace with the fact that even if it's all meaningless, it is simply okay. So that wraps it up. That was my review for The Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy by Douglas Adams. Hope you got a sense of why you should read this book, why you should watch, listen the radio series. The radio series is available on the Radio Nuevo Space. That pretty much sums it up. Yeah, it was fun. Hope you also found it fun, and keep posted for more episodes, more such stuff, break down movies and tell you why you need to watch or read them. Reading is fun. Yeah, I should stop, I guess. Keep listening to This Is Not What I Meant. I'm Anudeep Padyal, and thank you.